Thank you, Dana, reporting live from Minneapolis. Phil Andrew led the Archdiocese of Chicago's violence prevention program, and he is a former member of the FBI.
We have spoken to him before about being shot by Lori Dan in his home in Winnetka. After Dan shot several children in an elementary school back in 1988, he is a former special agent with the FBI.
Phil joins us now. He's co-founder and principal of PAX Group, which is a firm that offers violence prevention consulting. Phil, thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Glad to be with you.
There's so many layers of a shooting like this that when you hear news of this, that you must experience not only as a security officer, former FBI agent, and experiencing what you did when you were younger. What is your reaction to something like this?
First, my heart breaks that we are still dealing with this problem and that these children, this community in Minnesota is experiencing this. These children were actually in church, in a place that they are encouraged to find sanctuary. And clearly this has been destroyed for them and this community. So there's a long road to recovery ahead. But what we also know is that this is highly preventable, very much like the incident in 1988 and those many, many hundreds in between, that we see a long history of psychological problems. We see easy access to weapons. And those things combine to create these tragedies.
This video manifesto posted on YouTube, if I have this right, was released about the time of the shooting. So it was sitting in a queue waiting to be released. In this day of artificial intelligence, is there no way YouTube or federal investigators can see this warning when it's posted?
Well, so much more needs to be done by the social media outlets, whether it be YouTube or Facebook, Instagram. They need to do way more. And they do have the technology for seeing this kind of vitriol, this kind of crisis, and they have to be leaning into it. Guarding that against First Amendment, what we're seeing is that really we need to be doing a lot more here. But there's also the social side, that this manifesto, probably the manifestations of this person's crisis, were known to someone in the community. And very often, if we are able to educate the community for the signs of crisis, we can get a referral to law enforcement or mental health where an intervention can take place. We're doing a lot of analysis right now to understand what the motivations here, but what I can tell you is what we will find is that this person was disturbed in crisis, recently purchased and had access to the weapons after they committed to the violence, to a plan to commit this violence. And those were our intervention opportunities long before they got near this school with the weapons.
Phil, every parent is terrified when they hear doors were barricaded from the outside, someone shooting through windows. How do you defend against something like this?
Well, again, I think it's a lot about the community working in collaboration with law enforcement, with mental health, with families, even the families of the disturbed, when they're seeing signs of their children or their loved ones going into crisis. We have the tools now. We have red flag laws. We have the ability to remove weapons from folks or put them on watch lists so that they don't get weapons in the first places. But what we need is communities working together to use all of those tools. Clearly, this person studied prior shootings, that we see that a lot in folks that want to go out in a blaze of glory. And often those are also opportunities for us to see the early warning signs of threat and have the interventions in place.
All right, Phil Andrew, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
10 minutes after 7 now.